What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am back to do my Week 4 college football predictions. Now, with Week 3 in the books, we are now into Week 4 of the college football season. So I am very excited to do my Week 4 college football predictions for you guys. 40 big games I'll be predicting in this video, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record in Week 3 was good. We went 20-10, so we're coming in hot, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So hoping this video we will continue the winning ways. We're on a 2-week winning streak. Hoping this video we make it 3 weeks in a row. Hopefully. Now, this is the second video of a combined 3 video day on the channel today, guys. So I hope you guys will be able to watch this video and all the fantastic videos we got on deck on the channel in the month of September this year. And as always, sure to support the channel as always, guys, by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, and commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your college football teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, guys, as a first-time viewer, this is your first video. Boy, you picked to go in if you're a huge fan of college football like myself, and you're ready for Week 4 of the college football season. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is... two. Whoop, whoop, again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into this massive Week 4 college football predictions. Let's start off on Friday night with an ACC rivalry showdown between the Wake Forest Demon Deacons heading to Virginia to face the Virginia Cavaliers. Now, this is the 51st meeting between Wake Forest and Virginia. Virginia leads the all-time series 34-16. Now, the Demon Deacons have won the last 4 meetings over the Cavaliers, dating all the way back to 2008. And the Cavaliers are looking to defeat the Demon Deacons for the first time since 2007, 14 years ago. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 3s. Wake Forest is coming out their big victory over Florida State on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0. And Virginia is coming out their loss to North Carolina on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. So coming from me in this ACC rivalry showdown on Friday night, I am going to go with the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Virginia Cavaliers. And now the next matchup, which also happens on Friday night, between the Liberty Flames heading to the Carrier Dome to face the Syracuse Orangemen. Now, this is the 3rd meeting between Liberty and Syracuse. The series is tied 1-1. Now, the Flames won last year's meeting over the Orangemen, and the Orangemen are looking to defeat the Flames for the first time in 2 years. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 3s. Liberty's coming off their victory over Old Dominion on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0. And Syracuse is coming off their victory over Albany on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. So coming from me in this matchup on Friday night, I am going to go with the Liberty Flames to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Syracuse Orangemen in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is the UNLV Rebels heading to Bulldog Stadium in my city, Fresno, California, to face the Fresno State Bulldogs. Now, this is the 24th meeting between UNLV and Fresno State. Fresno State leads the all-time series 17-6. Now, the Bulldogs have won the last 3 meetings over the Rebels, dating all the way back to 2018, and the Rebels are looking to defeat the Bulldogs for the first time since 2017. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 3s. UNLV is coming off the loss to Iowa State on Saturday, coming in winless at 0-3, and the Bulldogs are coming off their huge victory on the road over UCLA on Saturday night, coming in at 3-1. So coming from me in this matchup on Friday night, I am going to go with my city's Fresno State Bulldogs to get it done at home and defeat the UNLV Rebels. And now the next matchup. It is an SEC East rivalry showdown between the Georgia Bulldogs heading to Nashville, Tennessee to face the Vanderbilt Commodores. Now, this is the 81st meeting between Georgia and Vanderbilt. Georgia leads the all-time series 58-20-2. Now, the Bulldogs have won the last 3 meetings over the Commodores, dating all the way back to 2017, and the Commodores are looking to defeat the Bulldogs for the first time since 2016. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 3s. Georgia's coming out their victory over South Carolina on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0, and Vanderbilt's coming off their loss to Stanford on Saturday, coming in at 1-2. So coming from me, this SEC East rivalry showdown, I am going to go with JT Daniels and the Georgia Bulldogs to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Vanderbilt Commodores in a shootout. And now the next matchup. It is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the Arizona Wildcats heading to Eugene to face the Oregon Ducks. Now this is the 45th meeting between Arizona and Oregon. Oregon leads the old-time series 27-17. Now the Ducks won the last meeting over the Wildcats all the way back in 2019, and the Wildcats are looking to defeat the Ducks for the first time since 2018. Now both teams are coming out very different week threes. Arizona's coming off their surprising loss to Northern Arizona on Saturday, coming in winless at 0-3, and the Ducks are coming off their victory over Stony Brook on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0. So coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Quack Attack and Gamers Goons Oregon Ducks to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Arizona Wildcats. And now next matchup. It is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between the West Virginia Mountaineers heading to Norman, Oklahoma to face my Oklahoma Sooners. Now this is the 13th meeting between West Virginia and Oklahoma. Oklahoma leads the old-time series 10-2. Now my Sooners have won the last 8 meetings over the Mountaineers dating all the way back to 2012, and the Mountaineers are looking to defeat my Sooners for the first time since the 2008 Fiesta Bowl 13 years ago. Now both teams are coming out very good week threes. West Virginia's coming out their victory over Virginia Tech on Saturday, coming in at 2-1, and Oklahoma's coming out their big victory over Nebraska on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0. So coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Spencer Rattler, Lincoln Riley, and my Oklahoma Sooners to continue the winning ways and get a victory at home and remain undefeated and defeat the West Virginia Mountaineers in a close offensive shootout. And now the next matchup. It is an ACC Coastal rivalry showdown between the North Carolina Tar Heels facing the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Now this is the 55th meeting between North Carolina and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech leads the all-time series 30-21-3. Now North Carolina won the last meeting over the Yellow Jackets back in 2019, and the Yellow Jackets are looking to defeat the Tar Heels for the first time since 2018. Now this game will be played at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia. Now both teams are coming out very different week threes. North Carolina's coming out their huge victory over Virginia on Saturday, coming in at 2-1, and the Yellow Jackets are coming out their heartbreaking loss to Clemson on Saturday, coming in at 1-2. So coming from me in this ACC Coastal rivalry showdown that will be played at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, I am going to go with Sam Howell and the North Carolina Tar Heels to get it done on the road and defeat the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is a Pac-12 North rivalry showdown between the Cal Golden Bears heading to Seattle to face the Washington Huskies. Now this is the 100th meeting between Cal and Washington. Washington leads the all-time series 54-41-4. Now, the Golden Bears have won the last 2 meetings over the Huskies back in 2018 and 2019, and the Huskies are looking to defeat the Golden Bears for the first time since 2017. Now, both teams are coming out very good week threes. Cal's coming out their victory over Sacramento State on Saturday, coming in at 1-2, and Washington's coming out their victory over Arkansas State on Saturday, also coming in at 1-2. So coming from me in this Pac-12 North rivalry showdown in the 100th meeting between Cal and Washington, I am going to go with the Washington Huskies to get it done at home and defeat the Cal Golden Bears in a close offensive shootout. And now the next matchup. It is known as the Southwest Classic between the Texas A&M Aggies facing the Arkansas Razorbacks. Now this is the 78th meeting between Texas A&M and Arkansas. The Hogs lead the all-time series 41-33-3. Now, the Aggies have won the last 9 meetings over the Hogs, dating all the way back to 2012, and the Hogs are looking to defeat the Aggies for the first time since 2011, 10 years ago. Now, this game will be played at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. Now, both teams are coming out very good week threes. A&M is coming out their big victory over New Mexico on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0, and Arkansas is coming out their victory over Georgia Southern on Saturday, also coming in undefeated at 3-0. So coming from me in this SEC West rivalry showdown that will be played at AT&T Stadium between these 2 undefeated squads. Oh man, but I am going to go with the Texas A&M Aggies to get it done here and remain undefeated and defeat the Arkansas Razorbacks in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between the Iowa State Cyclones heading to Waco, Texas to face the Baylor Bears. Now this is the 20th meeting between Iowa State and Baylor. Baylor leads the all-time series 10-9. Now, the Cyclones won last year's meeting over the Bears, and the Bears are looking to defeat the Cyclones for the first time in 2 years. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 3s. Iowa State's coming off their big victory over UNLV on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. And Baylor's coming off their victory over Kansas on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0. So, coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Baylor Bears to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Iowa State Cyclones in a shootout. And now the next matchup. It is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the Washington State Cougars heading to Salt Lake City, Utah to face the Utah Utes. Now this is the 19th meeting between Washington State and Utah. The series is tied 9-9. Now, the Utes have won the last 2 meetings over the Cougars, dating all the way back to 2 years ago. And the Cougars are looking to defeat the Utes for the first time since 2018. Now, both teams are coming off very bad Week 3s. Washington State's coming off the loss to USC on Saturday, coming in at 1-2. And Utah is coming off their triple overtime loss to San Diego State Saturday, coming in also at 1-2. So, coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Utah Utes to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Washington State Cougars. And now the next matchup. It is the Villanova Wildcats heading to Happy Valley to face the Penn State Nittany Lions. Now Villanova is coming in after defeating Richmond on Saturday, coming in perfect at 3-0. And Penn State's coming out their big victory at home over Auburn on Saturday night, coming in also perfect at 3-0. So coming from me in this matchup between these two undefeated squads, I am going to go with Sean Clifford and the Penn State Nittany Lions to get it done at home once again and remain undefeated and defeat the Villanova Wildcats. We are Penn State. And now the next matchup. It is a Pac-12 South rivalry showdown between the Colorado Buffaloes heading to Tempe, Arizona to face the Arizona State Sun Devils. Now this is the 12th meeting between Colorado and Arizona State. Arizona State leads the all-time series 8-3. Now, the Buffaloes have won the last 2 meetings over the Sun Devils back in 2018 and in 2019. And the Sun Devils are looking to defeat the Buffaloes for the first time since 2017. Now, both teams are coming off very bad Week 3s. Colorado's coming off their loss to Minnesota on Saturday, coming in at 1-2. And Arizona State's coming off their loss to BYU on Saturday night, coming in at 2-1. So, coming from me in this Pac-12 South rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Herm Edwards' Arizona State Sun Devils to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Colorado Buffaloes in a shootout. And now the next matchup. It is an SEC East rivalry showdown between the Kentucky Wildcats heading to Columbia, South Carolina to face the South Carolina Gamecocks. Now this is the 34th meeting between Kentucky and South Carolina. South Carolina leads the all-time series 18-13-1. Now, the Wildcats won the last meeting over the Gamecocks last year, and the Gamecocks are looking to defeat the Wildcats for the first time in 2 years. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 3s. Kentucky's coming out their victory over Chattanooga on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0, and South Carolina's coming out to loss to Georgia on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. So, coming from me in this SEC East rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Kentucky Wildcats to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the South Carolina Gamecocks in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is an ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown, and it is known as the Textile Bowl between the Clemson Tigers heading to Raleigh, North Carolina to face the North Carolina State Wolfpack. Now this is the 89th meeting between Clemson and North Carolina State. Clemson leads the all-time series 59-28-1. Now the Tigers have won the last 8 meetings over the Wolfpack, dating all the way back to 2012, and the Wolfpack are looking to defeat the Tigers for the first time since 2011. Now, both teams are coming out very good Week 3s. Clemson's coming out their nail-biter victory over Georgia Tech on Saturday, coming in at 2-1, and North Carolina State's coming out their victory over Furman on Saturday, also coming in at 2-1. So, coming from me in this 89th Textile Bowl between these two ACC Atlantic rivals, I am going to go for an upset here. I think this is my first upset in all of my college football predictions, but I am going to go with the North Carolina State Wolfpack to pull off the upset at home and defeat the Clemson Tigers in a close offensive shootout. And now next matchup. It is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the Oregon State Beavers heading to the Coliseum to face the USC Trojans. Now this is the 79th meeting between Oregon State and USC. USC leads the all-time series 63-11-4. Now the Trojans have won the last 4 meetings over the Beavers, dating all the way back to 2013, and the Beavers are looking to defeat the Trojans for the first time since 2010. Now both teams are coming off very good week 3s. Oregon State's coming out their victory over Idaho on Saturday, coming in at 2-1, and USC's coming out their victory over Washington State on Saturday, also coming in at 2-1. So coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown between these two 2-1 squads, I am going to go with the USC Trojans to get it done at home and defeat the Oregon State Beavers in a shootout. And now the next matchup. It is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between the Kansas State Wildcats heading to Stillwater, Oklahoma to face the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Now this is the 68th meeting between Kansas State and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State leads the all-time series 41-26. Now the Cowboys have won the last 2 meetings over the Wildcats back in 2019 and last year, and the Wildcats are looking to defeat the Cowboys for the first time since 2018. Now both teams are coming off very good week 3s. Kansas State's coming off their victory over Nevada on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0, and Oklahoma State's coming off their 1-point victory over my Boise State Broncos on Saturday night, coming in also undefeated at 3-0. So coming from me in this huge Big 12 rivalry showdown between these two undefeated squads, this one's tough. But coming from me, I am going to go with Mike Gundy's Oklahoma State Cowboys to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Kansas State Wildcats. And now the next matchup. It is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the UCLA Bruins heading to Stanford, California to face the Stanford Cardinal. Now this is the 93rd meeting between UCLA and Stanford. UCLA leads the all-time series 46-43-3. Now the Cardinal won the last meeting last year over the Bruins, and the Bruins are looking to defeat the Cardinal for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming out very different week 3s. UCLA is coming off their loss at home to the Fresno State Bulldogs on Saturday, coming in at 2-1, and Stanford's coming out their victory over Vanderbilt on Saturday, coming in at 2-1 as well. So coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Chip Kelly's UCLA Bruins to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Stanford Cardinal. And now the next matchup. It is the battle for the Iron Skillet between the SMU Mustangs heading to Fort Worth, Texas to face the TCU Horned Frogs. Now this is the 100th meeting between SMU and TCU. TCU leads the all-time series 51-41-7. Now, the Mustangs won the last meeting over the Horned Frogs all the way back in 2019, and the Horned Frogs are looking to defeat the Mustangs for the first time since 2018. Now, both teams are coming out very different week 3s. SMU's coming out their victory over La Tech on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0, and TCU's coming off a bye in week 3, coming in perfect at 2-0. So, coming from me in the 100th Iron Skillet battle between SMU and TCU, oh, this one's tough. But coming from me, I am going to go with the TCU Horned Frogs to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the SMU Mustangs in a very close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is a Big 10 rivalry showdown between the Nebraska Cornhuskers heading to East Lansing, Michigan to face the Michigan State Spartans. Now this is only the 12th meeting between Nebraska and Michigan State. Nebraska leads the all-time series 9-2. Now the Cornhuskers have won the last 2 meetings over Sparty all the way back, dating all the way back to 2015, and Sparty is looking to defeat the Cornhuskers for the first time since 2014, 7 years ago. Now both teams are coming out very different week 3s. Nebraska's coming out their heartbreaking loss to my Oklahoma Sooners on Saturday, coming in at 2-2, and Michigan State's coming out their big victory over Miami on Saturday, coming in perfect at 3-0. So coming from me in this Big 10 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Michigan State Spartans to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Nebraska Cornhuskers in a close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the UAB Blazers heading to New Orleans, Louisiana to face the Green Wave of Tulane. Now this is the 11th meeting between UAB and Tulane. The series is tied 5-5. Now, the Blazers won the last meeting over the Green Wave all the way back in 2018, and the Green Wave are looking to defeat the Blazers for the first time since 2012, 9 years ago. Now, both teams are coming out very different week threes. UAB's coming out their victory over North Texas on Saturday, coming in at 2-1, and Tulane's coming out their loss to Ole Miss on Saturday night, coming in at 1-2. So, coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the UAB Blazers to get it done on the road and defeat the Green Wave of Tulane. And now the next matchup. It is a Big Ten West rivalry showdown, and it's the battle for the Purdue Cannon between the Illinois Fighting Illini heading to West Lafayette, Indiana to face the Purdue Boilermakers. Now, this is the 96th meeting between Illinois and Purdue. The series is tied 45, and 6. Now, the Boilermakers won last year's meeting over the Illini, and the Illini are looking to defeat the Boilermakers for the first time in 2 years. Now, both teams are coming out very bad week threes. Illinois is coming out their heartbreaking loss on Friday night to Maryland, coming in at 1-3, and Purdue's coming out their heartbreaking loss to Notre Dame on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. So, coming from me in this Big Ten West rivalry showdown to see who will hold the Purdue Cannon this year, I am going to go with the Purdue Boilermakers to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Illinois Fighting Illini. And now the next matchup. It is the Kent State Golden Flashes heading to College Park, Maryland to face the Maryland Terrapins. Now, both teams are coming out very different week threes. Kent State's coming off their loss to Iowa on Saturday, coming in at 1-2. And Maryland's coming out their big victory on Friday night over Illinois, coming in perfect at 3-0. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with Tallulah Tagovailoa and the Maryland Terrapins to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Kent State Golden Flashes. And now the next matchup. It is the UMass Minutemen heading to Conway, South Carolina to face the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Now, this is only the fourth meeting between UMass and Coastal Carolina. The Chanticleers have won the last 3 meetings over the Minutemen, dating all the way back to 2017. So Coastal Carolina's owned this rivalry for 4 years. Now, both teams are coming out very different week threes. UMass is coming out their loss to Eastern Michigan on Saturday, coming in winless at 0-3. And Coastal Carolina is coming out their big victory over Buffalo on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with Killswitch's own Coastal Carolina Chanticleers to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the UMass Minutemen in a potential blowout. And now the next matchup. It is the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors heading to Las Cruces, New Mexico to face the New Mexico State Aggies. Now, this is only the 9th meeting between Hawaii and New Mexico State. The Rainbow Warriors have won the last 8 meetings over the Aggies, dating all the way back to 1978. So Hawaii has owned this rivalry for nearly 43 years. Now, both teams are coming out very different week threes. Hawaii is coming out their late night loss on Saturday night to San Jose State, and they're coming in at 1-3. And New Mexico State's coming out their victory over South Carolina State on Saturday, coming in also at 1-3. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the New Mexico State Aggies to get it done at home and defeat the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. And now the next matchup. It is a MAC West rivalry showdown between the Toledo Rockets heading to Muncie, Indiana to face the Ball State Cardinals. Now, this is the 47th meeting between Toledo and Ball State. Toledo leads the all-time series 24-21-1. Now, the Cardinals have won the last 2 meetings over the Rockets back in 2019 and last year, and the Rockets are looking to defeat the Cardinals for the first time since 2018. Now, both teams are coming out very bad week threes. Toledo's coming off their loss to Colorado State on Saturday, coming in at 1-2, and Ball State's coming off their loss to Wyoming on Saturday, also coming in at 1-2. So, coming from me in this MAC West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Toledo Rockets to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Ball State Cardinals. And now the next matchup. It is a Big 12 rivalry showdown, and it's the battle for the Chancellor Spurs between the Texas Tech Red Raiders heading to Austin to face the Texas Longhorns. Now, this is the 71st meeting between Texas Tech and Texas. Texas leads the all-time series 53-17. Now, the Longhorns have won the last 3 meetings over the Red Raiders, dating all the way back to 2018, and the Red Raiders are looking to defeat the Longhorns for the first time since 2017. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 3s. Texas Tech is coming off their victory over Florida International on Saturday, coming in perfect at 3-0. And Texas is coming off their blowout victory over Rice on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. So, coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown and the battle for the Chancellor Spurs, I am going to go with the Red Raiders of Texas Tech to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Texas Longhorns in a very close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is a Mountain West Conference Mountain rivalry showdown between my Boise State Broncos heading to Logan, Utah to face the Utah State Aggies. Now this is the 26th meeting between Boise State and Utah State. My Broncos lead the all-time series 20-5. Now my Broncos have won the last 5 meetings over the Aggies, dating all the way back to 2016, and the Aggies are looking to defeat my Broncos for the first time since 2015. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 3s. My Boise State Broncos coming off a 1-point loss to Oklahoma State on Saturday, coming in at 1-2, and the Aggies are coming off their victory over the Air Force Academy on Saturday, coming in perfect at 3-0. So, coming from me in this Mountain West Conference Mountain rivalry showdown, this shirt gave me luck the last time I wore it, so you know what? Let's keep it going. I am going to go with my Boise State Broncos to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Utah State Aggies in a close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is a Big Ten East rivalry showdown between the Rutgers Scarlet Knights heading to the Big House to face the Michigan Wolverines. Now this is only the 8th meeting between Rutgers and Michigan. Michigan leads the all-time series 6-1. Now, the Wolverines have won the last 6 meetings over the Scarlet Knights, dating all the way back to 2015. And the Scarlet Knights are looking to get only their 2nd win in this rivalry over the Wolverines for the first time since 2014. Now, both teams are coming out very good Week 3s. Both teams are coming in undefeated. And both teams are looking to get it done and remain undefeated. So, coming from me in this Big Ten East rivalry showdown, this one's a tough pick because Rutgers is definitely surprising a lot of people this year, and Michigan is starting off hot, but we're going to see if they can get better later in the year. But coming from me, I am going to go with Jim Harbaugh's Michigan Wolverines to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Rutgers Scarlet Knights in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the Midshipmen of Navy heading to Houston to face the Houston Cougars. Now this is only the 8th meeting between Navy and Houston. Houston leads the all-time series 5-2. Now the Cougars won last year's meeting over the Midshipmen, and the Midshipmen are looking to defeat the Cougars for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming off very different Week 3s. The Navy is coming off a bye in Week 3, coming in winless at 0-2, and Houston's coming off their victory over Grambling State on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. So coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Houston Cougars to get it done at home and defeat the Midshipmen of Navy. And now the next matchup. It is an ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown between the Louisville Cardinals heading to Tallahassee to face the Florida State Seminoles. Now this is the 22nd meeting between Louisville and Florida State. The Seminoles lead the all-time series 16-5. Now the Cardinals won last year's meeting over the Seminoles, and the Seminoles are looking to defeat the Cardinals for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming out very different Week 3s. Louisville's coming out their huge victory over UCF on Friday night, coming in at 2-1, and Florida State's coming off the loss to Wake Forest on Saturday, coming in winless at 0-3 for the first time since the 70s. So coming from me in this ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown, I gotta feel bad for a lot of Florida State Seminoles fans this year, especially one of my favorite announcers in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kevin Kelly, who's a longtime Seminoles fan, seeing his team winless this year. For the first time since the 70s, they are 0-3. So I'm really hoping they turn it around, but coming from me, I have to go with the Louisville Cardinals to get it done on the road and defeat the winless Florida State Seminoles. And now the next matchup. It is the Colorado State Rams heading to Iowa City to face the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now both teams are coming out very good Week 3s. Colorado State's coming out their victory over Toledo on Saturday, coming in at 1-2. And the Hawkeyes are coming out their victory over Kent State on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Iowa Hawkeyes to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Colorado State Rams. And now the next matchup, in which College Game Day will be at this game. It is a huge showdown between the Notre Dame Fighting Irish facing the Wisconsin Badgers. Now this is only the 17th meeting between Notre Dame and Wisconsin. Notre Dame leads the old-time series 8-6-2. Now the Irish won the last meeting over the Badgers all the way back in 1964. So these two have not met in nearly 57 years, and the Badgers are looking to defeat the Irish for the first time since 1963. 58 years ago. Now this game will be played at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. So this is pretty much a home game for Notre Dame. Now both teams are coming out very different week threes. Notre Dame's coming out their victory over Purdue at home on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0, and Wisconsin's coming off a bye in week 3, coming in at 1-1. So coming from me in this massive showdown that will be happening at Soldier Field in Chicago, ooh, this one's going to be good. And you know College Game Day is going to be rocking on that Saturday in Chicago for this game. This one's going to be good. But coming from me, I am going to go with Brian Kelly's Notre Dame Fighting Irish to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Wisconsin Badgers in a banger. And now the next matchup. It is the Akron Zips heading to Columbus to face the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now this is the 9th meeting between Akron and Ohio State. Ohio State leads the all-time series 7-1. Now the Buckeyes have won the last 4 meetings over the Zips, dating all the way back, and listen to this folks, since 1895. 126 years. And the Zips are looking to defeat the Buckeyes for the first time, and listen to this folks, since 1894. 127 years ago. Now both teams are coming out very good week threes. Akron's coming out their victory over Bryant Saturday. They're coming in at 1-2, and Ohio State's coming out their victory over Tulsa on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. So coming from me in this matchup, the fact that Akron hasn't beaten Ohio State in 127 years is crazy. But coming from me, I am going to go with C.J. Stroud, Ryan Day, and the Ohio State Buckeyes to get it done at home and defeat the Akron Zips. OHIO. And now next matchup. It is the Missouri Tigers heading to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts to face the Boston College Eagles. Now both teams are coming off very good week threes. Missouri's coming off their victory over Southeast Missouri State on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. And Boston College is coming off their victory over Temple on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 3-0. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with an upset. I am going to go with the Missouri Tigers to get it done on the road and defeat the Boston College Eagles. And now the next matchup. It is the South Florida Bulls heading to Provo, Utah to face the BYU Cougars. Now this is only the 2nd meeting between USF and BYU. The Bulls won the last meeting over the Cougars all the way back in 2019. So this is the first time they are meeting in over 2 years. Now both teams are coming out very good week threes. South Florida's coming out their victory over Florida A&M on Saturday, coming in at 1-2. And BYU's coming out their big victory at home over Arizona State on Saturday night, coming in perfect at 3-0. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the undefeated BYU Cougars to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the USF Bulls. And now the next matchup. It is the Kansas Jayhawks heading to Durham, North Carolina to face the Duke Blue Devils. Now this is only the 3rd meeting between Kansas and Duke. The series is tied 1-1. Now, the Blue Devils won the last meeting over the Jayhawks all the way back in 2014, and the Jayhawks are looking to defeat the Blue Devils for the first time since 2009, 12 years ago. Now, both teams are coming out very different week threes. Kansas is coming off their loss to Baylor on Saturday, coming in at 1-2, and Duke is coming off their victory over Northwestern on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. So, coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Blue Devils of Duke to get it done at home and defeat the Kansas Jayhawks. And now the next matchup. It is the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles heading to Tuscaloosa to face the undefeated and reigning national champions, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now this is the 44th meeting between Southern Miss and Alabama. Alabama leads the all-time series 35-6-2. Now, Bama has won the last 6 meetings over the Golden Eagles. They go all the way back to 2001. And the Golden Eagles are looking to defeat the Crimson Tide for the first time since the year 2000. Now, both teams are coming out very different. Week 3, Southern Mississippi's coming off their loss to Troy on Saturday, coming in at 1-2. And Alabama's coming out their big road victory over Florida on Saturday, coming in perfect at 3-0. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with Bryce Young, Nick Saban, and the Alabama Crimson Tide to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles. Roll Tide! And now the next matchup. It is the Bowling Green Falcons heading to Minneapolis to face the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Now this is only the 4th meeting between Bowling Green and Minnesota. Minnesota leads the all-time series 2-1. Now the Golden Gophers won the last meeting over the Falcons all the way back in 2008, and the Falcons are looking to defeat the Golden Gophers for the first time since 2007. Now both teams are coming out very good week 3s. Bowling Green's coming out their victory over Murray State on Saturday, coming in at 1-2, and Minnesota's coming out their shutout victory over Colorado on Saturday, coming in at 2-1. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Minnesota Golden Gophers to get it done at home and defeat the Bowling Green Falcons in a close one. And now the final matchup. In week number 4, it is a massive SEC East rivalry showdown between the Tennessee Volunteers heading to the Swamp in Gainesville to face the Florida Gators. Now this is the 51st meeting between Tennessee and Florida. Florida leads the all-time series 30-20. Now the Gators have won the last 4 meetings over the Volunteers, dating all the way back to 2017, and the Volunteers are looking to defeat the Gators for the first time since 2016. Now both teams are coming out very different week 3s. Tennessee's coming out their victory over Tennessee Tech on Saturday, coming in at 2-1, and Florida's coming off their heartbreaking loss at home to the Alabama Crimson Tide on Saturday, coming in also at 2-1. So coming from me in this SEC East rivalry showdown and the final prediction in my week 4 college football predictions, I am going to go with Dan Mullen and the Florida Gators to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Tennessee Volunteers. Chomp, chomp. And those are my Week 4 college football predictions. Now, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below. Who do you see winning in week number 4 of the college football season? Do you see any upsets happening? And let me know. Do you see any dark horses coming out of any of the other conferences? Let me know all of your picks and your opinions. And as always, represent your college football teams in the comment section. Even if they're having a rough year like Florida State and so many others, still represent them. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course reply right back to you, because comments and your opinions are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching my Week 4 college football predictions today. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. We are officially on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you guys waiting for, folks? If you're a fan of professional wrestling, when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor Wrestling, and All Elite Wrestling, and you're a fan of professional sports when it comes to the college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NHL, college basketball, super kick that subscribe button. It's free. Become part of this bigger, dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later tonight for my official Week 3 NFL predictions. Later days, guys, and peace.